Welcome, everybody. It's Kitchen Table Talk Live with SpillitBoyTV. Generally, when the Oscars comes up, you'll see me the next day or maybe 2 days later, and I'm screaming about the fashions and what I've seen and what has stuck out to me. Well, the thing that stuck out to me was that tonight, at the Oscars 2022, Will Smith has made history. He's made history. He won him an Oscar, okay, for the movie that actually chronicled Venus and Serena Williams' life. So that's a wonderful thing, but that's not it. He actually made history before that even happened. He basically went to the Oscars and turned it out. Turned it out. Let me set this up for you. Sicily, 1862. No, I'm joking. Listen, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith show up at the Oscars. They look fantastic. Jada looks beautiful. Okay, this is all the setup, y'all. This is all the setup. Here's Miss Jada, baby. She graced the carpet. Tore it up. Beautiful in emerald green. Slamming. And here are the two. That's them. That's not, they look fabulous. They look great, okay? They look great. Now listen, let's get into this. That was at another situation, but I wanted you all to see a close-up of Jada. Jada is actually rocking an actual bald head, okay? So just pay attention with me here. Now, Chris Rock is up and he's doing his thing. Chris Rock is a comedian. We go back and forth about our comedians and should they be able to say what they want to say? Should they not be saying what they want to say? Well, Chris went up and he said what it was that he wanted to say. And this was a time where Chris got thrown off because it wasn't a situation of wait and say your monologue and then go to the social media and then people kind of come down on you. No, baby. No, baby. The Smiths had it going on in real time. This is what happened when Chris Rock made his joke. He made a joke about G.I. Jane. It was a joke about G.I. Jane, and it was given toward Jada. He said, you know what? He said, Jada Pinkett, he said, I love you. He said, G.I. Jane Part 2 coming out. I can't wait to see it. And then this is what happened after that.
Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
My wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's
G.I. Jane のジョークだったんです。
fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television.
テレビ史上最高の場面でしょうか。
So we are here to give a documentary out, to give an Oscar out.
Baby, you sing. See, at first I said, is this a skit? And then I'm like, oh, no, that's not a skit. When I looked at Lupita Nyong'o's face, I said, no, it's not a skit. Then I seen the full footage. When he said what he said, Jada, you can see Jada's face was like, Jada wasn't entertained. And they were like laughing at the joke right before that. It was like a hush. And then that's what actually happened. I looked at it and I'm like, well, Chris really, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know what to do. And then I said, is his face starting to swell a little bit? I said, he didn't slap the stroke on him, child. I said, this is a mess. This is a mess. Now, I don't know. My first thing was, where do we go from here? Because you remember Will slapped one of the paparazzi for disrespecting him on the red carpet not long ago, a few years ago, smacked his face, just pimp slapped him. So y'all gonna stop playing with Will. Y'all are going to stop playing with Will. Do you understand? Listen, Laverne Cox, come in close, my love. Oh, Vernie, girl, you got out easy. Miss Thing, you got out easy, girl. You know, this was just a few weeks ago. Laverne Cox got slick with the mouth with the Smiths, and she got out easy. She really got out. Could you imagine if he'd have popped her, honey? A mess. But Chris Rock just stood there and took his lick, and I think he was really shocked more than anything else. And then the side of his face was probably just as hot, baby, because it's. I won't. You still saying about my wife? I won't. I said, child, threw him off the square. I was glad they didn't get the tussling, because that would have just been too embarrassing. It was embarrassing as it was, but it would have been just too embarrassing. So then let me tell you what happened next. After that, some time went by, and then Will won his award. Cool. Because it could have went different. Like Will could have been escorted out or anything like that. I think the way that Chris Rock handled it, and Will just went, he didn't make a fuss. Well, he did make a little bit of a fuss, but he just kind of went back and sat down. And then after that, he was there to be able to get his award. He got his award, okay? And as he was giving his speech, he was crying. And I knew, because I love Will, I knew that he was completely mortified. He was mortified. And I believe in that moment, if he could have taken it back, probably 10 seconds after he did it, if he could have taken it back, he would have taken it back. That was pure passion and pure, I am sick of this shit, is what we were actually watching. That's not, even when he pimp slapped the paparazzi, it was kind of quick. Like, he was like, hey, it was quick. That was that old Pennsylvania. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Will is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And that's one thing, that's how we move real fast. And we feel like it's our Pennsylvania privilege. Slap the shit out of you. But right after you do it, you realize I'm an adult and I really can't move like that anymore. Now, this is my thing. Let me tell you about the speech. He goes and he gives his speech. During his speech, he made this reference to Denzel, because Denzel Washington had actually said to him, at your highest moment, that's when the devil comes for you. And that is absolutely true. And Will actually let the devil in. The devil was rested on his shoulder, baby. He walked you really had a time to think about it and everything, because you walked upstage. You knew you were out of order when you got out of your seat. You walked upstage, up to that man, and slapped the taste. The taste. Totally disrespectful for a man to give another man an open-handed Rick James slap in the mouth. He completely disrespected Chris Rock the way that Chris Rock disrespected his wife. But at the end of the day, who do you think is going to pay? I think Will's going to pay. I really do. This too much. Thank you so much. You said it looked like major overcompensation. what's interesting is that he didn't apologize to Chris. He apologized to everyone else. Right. I'm getting to that. So this is the thing. During the speech, he said, I apologize to the Academy and the other nominees. That's what he was supposed to say. This too much. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to say. Apologize to the Academy, because that's about your work. That's about your coin. He didn't apologize to Chris Rock because he meant that. He meant that. He slapped him. He meant it. He meant it with his whole being. He meant to slap the taste out of his mouth. He meant to leave Chris Rock standing there with his face going crooked like he done had a stroke. He meant to slap the shit out of him. And that's what he did. And I wouldn't have apologized either, because what comes next is where the issue is going to be. Because, you know, at this point, he didn't slap August Alsina, because why would he slap August Alsina? See, that's a whole nother situation, Stacey. There was no reason to slap August. There was a reason to slap Chris. Was August being disrespectful? Or was there something going on? It's called an entanglement. An entanglement. Nobody was shocked. They handled that. That was grown people stuff. But Chris Rock infused himself in and disrespected his wife. And Will chose violence. Then he said, you know, he apologized to the family as well, to the Williams family. And he said, it's art imitating life. And he said, I look like the crazy father, like they said about Richard Williams. And that is the truth. And that is the truth. And he said, when he was getting ready to leave, I hope the Academy invites me back. So listen, we know how this game is played. Will's been in the business for a very, very, very long time. And he knows how to play the game. And that was, you know, that was necessary. Okay. Deja Vu, thank you for the super chat. Can you explain Chris's joke for us slow folks? The joke was this. The G.I. Jane reference, Jada Pinkett just came out not long ago, might have only been a week or so ago, that she's been battling with alopecia. So it really isn't funny. The joke is not funny. The joke's not funny whatsoever. She didn't just decide to choose a bald head. She has alopecia. She suffered with alopecia, and she came out with it. It's not funny. It's no different than if she'd been going through cancer and chemotherapy took her hair out. That joke would have been the same thing. He would have probably got that same 5-finger discount. Payow. So it really wasn't funny. It really wasn't funny. And then it was really given directly to her. You put a spotlight right on her in front of the world. It wasn't a private party. It wasn't some gathering. You put a spotlight on a star who is married to a megastar, and you made fun of her. Even if she had chosen the bald head, you don't do that to a woman. That wasn't funny, Chris. That'd have been funny down to the comedy club, down to the funny bone when they ain't there. Maybe. But they probably had some problems with some fans then. Andrew Gabor. Chris also made a joke in 2016 about Jada in his opening monologue at the Oscars. Why do it again in 2022? Because you got away with it the first time. He could have talked about anything, and you go to Jada again. Chris deserved that. Sorry. Again, it was tasteless. It really was. Women and their hair, that is a no coming from a man. It really is like that. And again, he's like, it was a G.I. Jane. She didn't play G.I. Jane, freak. She did not play G.I. Jane. That wasn't her role. It was rude. It was rude. It was rude. I don't think it was fake at all, Pat. And as a matter of fact, because my footage came from overseas. Because over here, they were getting things together and moving it. You know how we do. My footage came from overseas. The joke wasn't funny. It wasn't funny. It wasn't. I don't know. I thought it was bad. And then Anthony Hopkins came out shortly after Will did his acceptance speech. And Anthony Hopkins said, you know what? Will Smith said it all. And he said, let's all just be peaceful. Let's all have peace. And I said, okay, well, when Anthony Hopkins says it's okay, then I guess it's okay. But this is my question before I get up out of here. What's going to happen next? This is not over. You do realize this is not over. This is not over. Because at this point, even though you did a tasteless joke, what is Chris Rock's stance going to be? I'm going to be sitting around waiting to see what Chris Rock has to say. Because at this point, could Chris Rock sue Will Smith? Of course he can. Of course he can. And can he sue the Academy? Now, I don't think Chris Rock is hurt for any coins, but some Will and Jada coin is a whole lot different than some Chris Rock coin. That's why I said I think he was really sorry that he did it right after he did it. So no, it wasn't fake. No, they didn't think it was funny. It wasn't funny. Will didn't find it funny. Will was keeping his composure. He really kept his composure really, really well, all the way up to the slap. And it was that was where the question was like, wait, is this real or is this fake? Because, yes, it was assault text, Coco. Because when he slapped him, he didn't even brace himself for him to come back at him. You know what I mean? He slapped him and pulled his jacket and went on like, you take that and don't make me come up here and do it again. He slapped the shit out of him like an old pimp. I said, ooh, well, okay. But that's what I'll be waiting to see, what Chris Rock does next. I might as well go ahead and do worst dressed while I'm here. This was the worst dressed by far. Wesley Snipes, if you don't stop it, I don't know what and who did this plum Little Lord Fauntleroy outfit. It is horrible. Down to the socks, the shoes. I absolutely hate it. Absolutely hate it. I don't like the fit. I don't like any of it. It is doing absolutely nothing for him. That was the worst outfit that I saw this evening. The worst. So yes, definitely worst dress on my list. Arrogant Goddess, really? See this right here? This is why the initial slap happened. That's why Chris got slapped.